Everybody, they want the weight of success. Yet many people want life to be easier. Success doesn't work that way. If you want the weight of success, man, then you've got to be able to lift the weight. I'm reading a little small book written by Gene Simmons, and it's called On Power. And Gene Simmons is is the co-founder of the band Kiss, a band that legendary band, and band that I grew up with. So don't age me. But Gene Simmons, in his own right, man, has been a very successful entrepreneur. And in it, he writes, it's a small book, man, but in it, he writes something that's real profound. I want to read to you. He said, everything on earth obeys the same gravitational pull. If you bench 100 pounds, it'll be the same 100 pounds for the next guy. But see, there's a difference. There's a difference in the effort for the guy who's already been lifting 300 pounds every single day. So when he goes to lift 100 pounds, man, it's going to feel light to him. That only becomes through repetition and obsession. And the same goes for every skill set. He said when director Steven Spielberg decides to make a film, do you think that he sits up in bed at night and he busts a sweat, worried about whether people will like his film or not? How many people are going to go to the theater? No. Because see, Steven Spielberg has lifted that weight 50 times before. When quarterback Tom Brady, and I'm going to substitute for Drew Brees, when Drew Brees goes to throw the ball 40 yards up the field, do you think that he worries whether the throw is going to be completed? No, because he's repeated the motion infinite times until it's become a part of him. Practice is the commonality among successful people. And so you got to practice over and over until you receive exemplary results. Dude, one thing that I want to impress on you today, man, is success is heavy. It is. And it's supposed to be. See, the 100 pounds is 100 pounds. 100 pounds for me is 100 pounds for you. It's 100 pounds. But what separates you from the next guy is, see, if you've been already training with heavier weight, you can handle more. Success is heavy. And because you can handle the heavier weight, this is what's going to separate you from everybody else. So the 100 pounds is going to be heavy for him, but it's going to be light for you. See, you want success, but success doesn't come from handling handling lighter weight, man. It comes when you can handle more, when you can lift more. And the more you can lift, the more you can handle. And that increase in weight, when you think about something, when you load up the bar, man, and at first you come up to it, you step up to it, or they give it to you on a bench press. And you take that weight, and at first it feels like it's going to crush your chest, right? And so when you get that weight and you try to bring it down to your chest, it's a struggle to get one out. But every day, man, you come back to it over and over again. And at first you get 1, then 2, then 4, then 6. Then you can do a full set. And this is where you got to add the weight. Make it hard again. Make it heavier. Because success is heavy. See, if some of you got the success the way that you imagined it, you couldn't handle it. You couldn't handle it because you don't know how to lift it. You couldn't lift the heavy weight of criticism and rejection and decisions and responsibility. So you got to train your way into it. Everybody's, and here's the flip side to it, man. Everybody, they want the weight of success. Yet many people want life to be easier. Success doesn't work that way. If you want the weight of success, man, then you've got to be able to lift the weight. I mean, it doesn't work this way where you can say, well, I'll put in an ounce of effort, and then get a ton of results. It doesn't work that way. Many times, man, that you're going to find that you're going to lift the heavier weight and it looks like you're not making any progress. Many times you're going to load the bar up and you're not even going to be able to lift it. You're going to fail at that attempt. But I'm telling you, man, if you keep coming back to it, sometimes, man, it even means that if I can't move the weight at all, that I take just 5 off. I just take 5 pounds off and then I try it again, and before you know it, I can budget. And at first, man, you can only get it up to your kneecaps. But before long, man, you can get it up to your shoulders. And before long after that, man, then you can press it up over your head. Everybody wants life to unload the bar because many people are comparing their weight with somebody else's weight. And they're saying, it's not fair that I have to carry this kind of weight. It's not fair that I have to attempt this kind of weight. It's not fair that they're able to do lighter weight and they get different results, but I have this heavier weight. Why do I have to have so much weight? Life says, why not you? Why not you? Do you want to keep lifting the 10s? Or do you want to slide over and grab those 80s, 90s, and 100s on the big boy rack? Let me tell you something, man. Success is heavy. And you need to load the bar. And you don't need to gripe about how heavy the weight is. Just lift the weight. Practice over and over and over again until you get exemplary results. You need to load the bar. And you got to make practice a part of you. And you got to embody the practice over and over and over again. And let me tell you a twist, man. Sometimes what you think is a finished product and you put your best work out there and no one shows up. And you thought it was a performance. And life said, nope, keep practicing. And that's what happens, man. Sometimes, man, we put our best, our absolute best. We followed the recipe of success to a T. And I think and nothing happens. No results. No one shows up. No one buys your product. No one buys your online platform. No customers are buying from you. I mean, dude, you followed it to an absolute T of someone who was successful before you, and it didn't happen. And I think sometimes, man, that's life's way of saying, keep practicing. This is just practice. You thought it was a performance. And life said, no, man, it's practice. But one day, your practice is going to pay off. And the world will recognize and applaud you for it. Go lift some heavy weight today. I know life right now is super heavy. It's all right. You can lift it. You can lift it. And however many reps you can get out today, beyond the point of failure, just one more, man. If you can do that, and then you come back to it again tomorrow and tomorrow. And one day, man, and every day for that matter, what is a heavy weight for some people is a lighter weight for you. You ever had that situation before? Somebody brings you their problems and you're like, let your kid tell you what their problems are. And you're like, it's because you can handle a heavier weight. But it only came through repetition and obsession. Think about that today. Have an amazing, heavy lift day. Today's leg day, man. Have a great day. Remember, never settle. Keep selling. Stay in the sales life.